Hello and welcome back to Mgmt. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn that how you can achieve something like this. We want to deploy our hosting to some proper domain, which you can see, and every user can easily access. If you're creating your landing page, your admin panels, your web apps, whatever you're creating using Flutter Web, then you can easily deploy those things inside your Firebase hosting. And this is what we are going to learn in today's tutorial. So at the top, you can see this is the live URL, which you can easily access. You can just Google it while watching this video. You will be able to access this one, and you can simply go to, you will see the login screen, and this is the email and this is the password which you can use to again sign in. So let's hit on sign in. You will see a loader, and once the data is loaded, you can see the dashboard right in front of you. You can play with all these operations. Everything is live, everything is working, and you can use this application. If you are a proper user of this application, if you have different landing page, whatever you are using, you can definitely access it from your live URL. You can see currently it is in the mobile version, still working fine. You can test its responsiveness. It's in the tablet now, then the smaller desktop screens, large desktop screens. So everything is working. You have your media. Let's go to banners. It is loading. We have the products. You can load more. This means everything is real, everything is working fine. We have hosted our database, it is connected with the Firebase. Now let's get started. First of all, you have to open your Firebase project and head towards the build, and inside you have to find the hosting, because if you do not enable this, you might end up with some creepy errors that they will not lead you to anywhere. So make sure to enable this one. We will come toward these steps. So let's click on next, and click on continue to console. It is going to simply enable this, and we can now use the hosting. If you want to again see the instructions, you can simply click on this and they are right in front of you. Okay, this was the project in which we are creating our e-commerce admin panel. If you're new, you can watch the previous videos. I'll drop the link to the playlist as well. So I'm assuming that you are going to download this project or any project, or you already have built that project. After that, you first have to call Flutter PubGet to remove all the errors. Once done, you have to connect your Firebase. You have to follow all these steps. If you're using Google sign in, then you need SHA1 and 256. You can generate by these keys. After that, if we're talking about this project and you are using this project, you need to create two indexes. The first one, customers are not showing, because you have to create this inside your Firestore database, and in that you have the indexes at the top. You can create the index. Currently I have only one index, which is the images index. You just have to click on add. You have to write the users, the information collection ID is users, fields, first name is ascending, role ascending, underscore name, underscore ascending, again query scopes, this one. You can add those fields, make the query scope as collection, click on create, make sure that ascending and descending is exactly as mentioned. Once you created this index for the customers, this for the images, then you have to enable the codes. You can also watch the previous video if you want to make sure that your images should be appeared. Otherwise, it is not going to allow you to view the images inside your admin panel. Then to register the admin, this is how it is going to work, but this is not the topic. Whereas if we talk about the Firebase hosting, you can get this file in the readme.md file, and I've added all the steps. So first thing is, if you have not installed your Firebase CLI, then it is mandatory. Without this, you will not be able to deploy it. You have to simply install this using npm install g Firebase tools. Once you have installed Fire CLI, and from here we have the steps defined. Let's say first of all we need to define Flutterfire configure, so that make sure we are connected with the right Firebase project, because we are already working on it, so we do not need to verify this one. Let's say again I'm going to run it for you. Go to the terminal. You can paste this command by copying, but also you can click on this little icon like this, and it is going to run directly command for you. Okay, once this one is completed, let's scroll, and we have to create Flutter web build. So before running this command, make sure to go to the tools. In the Flutter, run Flutter clean, or you can simply run Flutter clean in the terminal. Once done, okay, once the Firebase tools installed, you can now run the Firebase init before creating a build. So this Firebase init is going to ask you some questions, because it is going to initialize your project for deployment. So let's click on it. you just need to do only once, and you do not have to repeat this. But once it is created and you deployed your application, after that you just have to create your build and you just have to deploy that build, right? So this is only need for the first time, and you can see all the steps are mentioned. Are you sure? Are you ready to proceed? Yes, press Y, enter. You need to select the services as defined Firestore, and for the hosting use configure file and then storage. So it depends that which services you are using. I'm using Firestore, then hosting and storage. So you have lot of other options as well. So once done, hit enter. So which project you want to use? We want to use existing project because it is already configured. So click on this and you can see it did not find the existing one. So it show up with all the projects. So we have lot of projects over here. We need to find one which we are already using inside this application. So if you want to see the project ID, go to this gear icon, click on project settings, and in here you can see project ID, which is e-commerce app A236A. And you can see we have e-commerce app A236A. Click on it, and now it is connecting with that project. But before that, let's say if we selected the Firestore, then Firestore should be enabled. Otherwise, it is going to give you an error about the Firestore that it is not enabled. Now, once done, let's scroll it a bit down, and you can see it is asking for the Firestore setup. And in the Firestore setup, we have to enter it simply with the Firestore rules. So let's hit enter. Then again, if you have already file created, yes, we know we want to overwrite. Otherwise, for the next one, again, yes, enter. And now for the hosting setup, you can see this is a hosting setup started, and what we want to deploy. This is a very important step because you do not want to paste it or create your public directory as build, which is the public itself, because Firebase is not going to point towards the public, and also Flutter is not targeting any public, but it is inside our build slash web. So this is where Flutter hosted our Flutter web files. Hit enter. Yes, it is a single app, and click on yes. If you want to connect it for the deployment with the GitHub for the time being, no, we do not want to do that. Index.html already exists. You want to override it, yes, with the new one. For the storage setup, this is the storage setup, and now it is asking for storage.rules. Yes, it is same. And once done, you can see all the setup is completed. Now it's time to deploy. Okay, now to run this, we have to run this command, which is flutter build web, to build the Flutter web. So let's hit it. It is now compiling the project. It might take some time for the first time. Depends on that what is the size of your project. Okay, once the build is created, now it's time to deploy with the deploy only hosting. So run this one. And now you can see it is saying that everything that you selected is not deployed on these links. This is the project console link, and this is where it is deployed. So if you want to see the project console, click on it, and you can see it is showing us the hosting section along with the Firestore. Previously it was not there. And in the hosting, we have number of downloads, all the data, and you can see it is deployed on this date and time, deployed by this user. You can go to the hosting and you can see all the detail. You have your e-commerce apps over here on these links. These are available. So let's click on them, and you can see currently it will take time because we do not have the front loader. Yes, it is working. Now you can easily access this link. Go to the login, add your email and password, click on forget password. It is working. So let's click on sign in to see if it is working or not. We can see the loader, and yes, we have the dashboard. Everything is there. Let's see the categories. You can see everything is working fine. This means that it is successfully deployed. If you're not seeing this screen, then you have to again repeat those steps by following same thing. You have to call Firebase init, repeat them again, maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times. You have to repeat those same steps because there is a small mistake while creating or while building your Flutter web project. So it happens with me as well. While deploying, you have to come up with the Firebase hosting banner, and your website is actually not displaying. So once it is created, now all the time you just have to first of all run the Flutter clean, then go to run Flutter build web, and then deploy only. So do not have to do anything else. And now inside this e-commerce app, you do not want to use these URLs and you want to use professional domains. You can add your custom domain, add your domain name, click on continue, and you have to verify those domain names. And once done, your application will easily be accessible on your own domain. So I hope you learned something new. And that's it for this tutorial. If you learned something new, please like the video. And if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for upcoming videos. Once again, thank you for watching and take care.